Perfect. Alright, welcome back everybody. I'm Sirius Graves, and today we are going to finish up Season 1 of The Last Door. We're going to go through all the extra episodes, and then start Episode 1 of Season 2, I think, for this playthrough. So let's get into it. First, let's go to the morgue. Oh, I just got all them tools. Okay. Here I have the police and medical report. The latter is still blank. According to the police, the deceased's name is Father Ernest Glynn. The man immolated himself. Okay. There must be something wrong with the water pressure valve. Okay. An anatomical model built of actual human bones. We will see if the police report is right. Good Lord, what a mess. Okay. I'm not sure yet if I need to cut it all. Oh, then what do I do? Oh, let's first examine the body then. The skin is all scorched. Cause of death is probably shock caused by the sudden burns. A horrible way of passing. What could lead a man of God to commit such an act? All that remains is to file the medical report so he can receive the proper treatment a fine gentleman deserves. Wait. Am I still recording? Oh, yep. Okay. So can we cut this dude open now? Oops. Nothing else to do here. I should file the medical report. Where do you do that? How do I file your thingy bob? Nothing else to do here. I should file the medical report. Okay, well, how do I do that? Do I go out? I've not finished here yet. Okay, then. Well, how do I file the medical report? This case still puzzles me. If he wanted to commit suicide, why did he do it in such a painful manner? Was he drugged or intoxicated? I should check his stomach for signs of poisoning. Oh, so now I can cut him open? Finally. Alright, the stomach looks fine on the outside. Now I should cut it open to check its contents. Gross. What is this? There's something strange in here. It looks like a piece of paper. I need something to keep the stomach open while I extract this thing. It is a note. A crumpled note with 4 names, one of them crossed out. I think I should inform the inspector immediately. Okay, now the next one, death sentence. Francis Baldwin. After being certified of your guilt by a peer jury, we find you guilty of the wicked and violent murders of 14 innocent and sick people. Because of this sentence, I am hereby authorized to execute you at this very moment by hanging to death in the sight of God. Would you like to make a final statement before we proceed? Why will you say that I am mad? You should have seen how mercifully... Hold on. I'll be right back. saved them. I released them. Now they're something. Do you still believe I'm mad? Well, that must be the end of that one. Yep. Wander in the Fog is next. She is the only survivor. What happened to the others? They're all dead. I would like to talk to her. Good afternoon. My name is Johann Kaufman. I am a doctor. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? Please be careful with what you ask. Mr. Parnell's state is delicate. I am perfectly fine and able to talk, sister. Thanks for your consideration. Now, doctor, I understand you want me to repeat my story. I would be thankful to hear it indeed. I'll stay outside if you need me. I'm a sane woman, doctor, in complete control of my mind and reason. You do not dare to question it. I certainly wouldn't. Then I will commence. I woke up in the dark. The room was small, so narrow that I could touch the wooden walls just by raising my elbows. Could you recognize the place? I couldn't tell at first. For a moment, a most dreadful thought crossed my mind. What if I'd been buried alive? When I got out, I found myself in my parents' house. I hadn't been there since they sent me to school. Did you see anyone there? Your parents or maybe someone you knew? I could feel the humid air on my skin and could smell the scent of a long time abandoned. I walked the rooms, unsettled by the silence. The place had the bleak feel of a ruin. Then I saw someone. In the opposite end of the corridor, an old woman stared at me. Did you try and talk to her? Tried to, but she did not answer, and she walked away when I tried to get closer. I followed her out through the back alley and into the streets. I got lost in the burg of Aberdeen. The streets were deserted and a thick fog covered everything. I thought I had seen the old woman through the fog, once or twice, but they could have been just shadows. So the city was empty? No, not completely. I met some people, vagabonds. One of them was a priest. I remember a novelist and a boy, too. This priest, where'd you meet him? I met him in a stable. Good Lord, he said mass there among the beasts. Could you imagine the profanity? Tell me more about the novelist. The woman had never written a word. She created only in her mind, you know. She could tell the story sentence by sentence, with perfect precision, and I could hear her a piece. I could even hear a piece of her last work. Do you remember anything about the novelist's work? Yes, the piece she told me was something like, the shadows of the past soon melted within the land that loves silence. Through the fog they walked, found themselves lost. Hoping for a sign from their gods, they set camp on the beach, where thirsty birds awaited to meet their crowned. So the boy, what about him? Came across an abandoned carriage. The horse was long dead, his bones still harnessed to the cart. There was a young man petting the carcass of the animal. Could you talk to this young man? He was deaf, but I think he could read my lips. When he spoke, he did with a clear accent. He said he could only listen to the songs of the departed. What happened then? As I walked, the fog got denser. I could barely see anything around. Finally met the old woman. She didn't say a thing, but gave me a cardboard card. Then she left. She gave you a playing card? It was one of those used to tell fortune. There was a drawing on it of a veiled person holding a lamp. Then the mist seemed to clear out, and I could finally see. What could you see? A barren land, bathed by roaring waves. There were thousands of birds, and then I realized there was something else. What was it? It was there. It looked at me. The burning dark inside, the shaking, the scream, that vision that I cannot understand What is it, doctor? Have I finally lost my strength of mind? It must be all a delusion caused by the trauma. I'm sorry, madam. Now I think you need to rest. Okay, and the last one, Beechworth's Wake. Hold on. Okay. Kind of under the weather today, sorry. Okay. He does not look dead, but just asleep. I barely knew him, busy as he was traveling the world. What would be of man with no aspiration for the other side to inspire or lead him? I knew it would come to this. Your father was a terrible mess of a man. I am only grateful that he brought you to our home soon enough, not long after you were born. I had no doubt that you will learn from this bad example and grow up to be a righteous gentleman. What could there be greater than the efforts of mortals to rise from their miserable condition? This is so sad. He was most dearest to me. You know, your father was a complicated man. He had a strong character and was stubborn as a mule when he had taken a determination. He believed he had a mission in this world, though I'm not sure he knew exactly what it was. That which avoids description, the unknown, provides men with a reason to exist. This is an obscure domain, its secrets taken by man from the silence of nature and death. You are the young Beechworth, is that right? Your father left you everything, Anthony. The house, his accounts, and all his belongings for you to receive when you come of age. He was very specific in his testament, though, that you should receive this promptly. His personal book log. There are memoirs of my life, my research and knowledge of the other side. Use them wisely, son. The other story. Okay, now let's go find season 2. There it is. Okay. All right. Let's do season 2 now. Okay. Should be the same controls. Previously on the last door, Jeremiah Devitt, alerted by the suicide and mysterious letter of his friend Anthony Beechworth, went in search for the memoirs of his past that he had lost. Devitt discovered that in school he had taken part in a strange experiment. His goal was to peek through the veil, the thin line between common reality and the world of horror and madness that lies beyond, under the watch of the eye of the bird. During his search, he was inoculated with the drug they had used back then. The serum made Devitt's mind travel for a few hours to the dreamlike realm of the veil. There he met his old classmate, Alexander Dupree, who urged Devitt to join his cause and cross with him to the realm of the bird. When Devitt woke up from his trance, he found himself deeply convinced by his friend's words, traveled to Dupree's house, where he discovered his friend had dosed himself with a new serum, leaving a catatonic body behind. This new drug was capable of transporting the mind permanently to the veil and beyond. Finally, Devitt found a vial of serum and had it injected. He met his friend again in the Vale, and together they walked through the last door, entering a world forbidden to human eyes. Dr. John Wakefield, worried by his patient's disappearance and strange visions, had sought the help of his colleague, Professor Johann Kaufmann, an expert in the occult. Searching Anthony Beechworth's house, Wakefield and Kaufmann found a disturbing returned letter in which Anthony had tried to warn Alexander Dupree of what could have happened if the door was opened. He feared something from the other side might then come to ours. They are coming. Oh boy. None of us could prepare for this. The visions, screaming, were merely a warning. And now it's too late. They are coming. At least the intro's different from season 1. Let's go. Last night, I had the nightmare again, but this time it was different. This time, he talked to me. Is this me? Oh, okay. It was the same unknown street, void of any sound and life. I walked aimlessly as if I were lost. Hi, Eli. Then I could hear it, the broken tromping on the wet cobblestones, the familiar sound of approaching limping footsteps. What is it? Oh, somebody on a crutch. Then, as before, he stood in front of me, gazing unrelentlessly like he was expecting something. This time he spoke. Give me back what he took, nothing else. Give me back what he took. Okay. No, I have fallen asleep again. What time is it? Dawn already? It is time. It was several months since Kaufmann and I found that mysterious letter in Anthony Beechworth's house, a letter never sent, with a cryptic warning of what would happen if a certain door were opened. It bore only the name of the addressee, Alexander Dupree. We felt sure Dupree was key to finding my patient and friend, Jeremiah Devitt. Jeremiah Devitt, who had disappeared in such strange circumstances. Troubled by the death of his friend Anthony, Devitt had visited the school of his childhood and had never been seen again. Kaufman soon conveyed to me his deep concerns and warned that I should conduct any investigations with the utmost discretion. He pursued his own research, though his thoughts and methods remained a secret. In his last letter, he requested that I visit East Hill Lunatic Asylum in London. There were reasons to believe that. Alexander had been institutionalized there for many years. I was asked to confirm this hypothesis, and if it proved correct, to gather whatever other information... Come on, go away so I can read it. Might arise. Okie dokie. Okay, we're in London. East Hill. Yep. There's where we need to go. Season 2, Episode 1, The Playwright. So this is East Hill Lunatic Asylum. I hope I can find information on Alexander Dupree here. Good morning. Ah, yes, a lovely morning. Sunlight of a quite fascinating character. I beg your pardon? The light, it makes everything look different, you see? Light touches things, soaks into them and changes their nature. Makes them shimmer or makes them die. Do you live here in the hospital? I do indeed. My family is a generous benefactor to East Hill. They had me committed, but I don't blame them. They are just incapable of appreciating my art. Or any art, for that matter. They mistake it for insanity. What are you drawing there? I'm not just drawing, my friend. I'm trying to feel the light, to translate its power to the surface of the paper. Those animals don't like it, though. They don't want me to succeed, so they take them away. They take my drawings, and they study them, and they laugh, because my eyes can see the light, and theirs are blind. But someday everyone will understand. Who are they? The ones who take your art away? Ha, those foolish caretakers. They hide behind a big mirror where they think themselves safe. And look at me. They observe me. They even take notes. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm looking for a man who lived here some time ago. Would you happen to know one Alexander Dupree? The name does not ring a bell. I have not been here long, though. You should ask the other patients. They may have been able to help you out. Some have been here for many years, or you could ask one of the others, the brutes who keep us here. Would you happen to know where your drawings are now? I suspect they're somewhere in the archive. Since I've been confiscating items taken there before, you seem different from the rest. Can I trust you? I've been trying to sneak in for days now, but Miss Riswell keeps a tight guard on the door. I even stole a key from one of those guards. You're a doctor. Surely you could gain entry. If you could recover my drawings, I'd be so grateful. Here, take the key with you. I must go. Have a nice day. Okay, well, where do I use the key at? Here? The large door is made of strong metal. This must lead to a secure ward of the hospital. Can I go in? It's locked shut. I can't open it. Do I use this? No. Okay, so we gotta go the other way. See you later, dude. I'll try and help you out. I believe this is the front door. Yeah. This must be the recreational wing, where patients relax and pass the time. Perhaps here I can find someone who met Alexander Dupree while he was institutionalized. It's a mouthful. Good morning, madam. My name is Wakefield. I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. The rumbling. She doesn't seem to have noticed me. Madam, if I may persist, have you been living here for long? The rumbling. I'm looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him? An eyeless gaze. I'm looking for a man that you may have met. His name is Alexander Dupree. Okay. What a strong reaction upon hearing Mr. Dupree's name. She must have at least met him. How can I get her to talk to me? Well, I don't know. A glass jar full of a transparent liquid that may or may not be water. There is a coin resting at the bottom. Well, let's steal it. Okay. There's a thin piece of metal holding the window open. I'll take it. Uh-oh, what did I do? Dark as the room is now, I can see through the false mirror. There's a man on the other side, heavily restrained, just desperately trying to free himself. He has an expression of unbearable horror on his face. Is that all I can do in here? I think so. Looks like a therapy log. Okay, Edward Rowan. Mr. Rowan's condition has degenerated since the last session. He is restless, as if the morphine had no effect on him. For the last week, he has been obsessive, troubled for reasons unknown. Patient's dosage has been doubled to no effect. Dr. Weddle has been attacked and bitten in the face. 4 men were needed to subdue the patient. Mr. Rowan, 3 markings were found on his body upon examination. Self-harm is a possible cause. Mr. Rowan is getting better day by day, both physically and mentally. His habits have changed considerably. He now shows an interest in religion and spends his time murmuring prayers, albeit ones unknown to my colleagues and me. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's go this way. I'll be back. I would like a newspaper. 6 pence, is it? Here. Thank you, sir. Okay, then we go back in. Oh, it's a distractor for this person, right? Good morning, madam. My name's Dr. Wakefield. I'm a psychiatrist. Oh my, good morning. Forgive my manners. I get so excited when we have visitors. We don't get many these days, and certainly we are lacking experts like you. What do you mean, you lack experts? Every year we get less funding from the Crown. First the doctors started to leave, then it was the caretakers. Now, very few remain. But we have a responsibility to our poor patients, do we not? We must care for them. They cannot be out living with the proper people. We must keep ourselves safe, and our patients too, of course. I'm looking for a man who used to be a patient here a few years ago. His name is Alexander Dupree. Did he perchance ever meet him? Alexander Dupree? Yes. There was one with a foreign name. I remember something of him. Good man, if I recall correctly. An educated man. But there was something strange about him, wasn't there? I believe it scared some of the other patients. You never know with this lot. I'm sorry that I can't remember much. There have been so many people here. It's hard to keep track. Have you worked here for long? Yes, a long time. I can scarcely remember how many years. Time goes slowly in here, and the isolation. The rules don't allow us to leave. I don't know what is happening in the world anymore, but we have our duty, do we not? Who else will care for our patients? May I request to access the institution's archives? There should be some information there about the man I'm looking for, Mr. Dupree. I'm sorry, Doctor, but the archives are private. We must not allow anyone to access them without the proper authority. Many of our patients come from good families, you see, and we take great care to respect their privacy. But do not look so crestfallen. You would not find much in any case. It is a long time since they have been organized. Well, can I distract you? Why, thank you kindly. How thoughtful you are. A bookshelf. These books are not volumes of psychiatry or medical. Yeah, possibly. Or dead. Serial novels for patients to read. Okay, let's go in. Haha, I'm in. Okay. Okay, this is the hospital's archive where a record of each patient must be stored. If Mr. Dupree was really committed at East Hill, his files should be here somewhere. Okay. It's been a long time since this desk was used. It is covered in discarded papers and pens and a noticeable layer of dust. The drawers are all locked. Oh, I guess I don't use that there. Okay. Cabinet contains many documents detailing treatment of patients ranging from 2 decades ago to last year. His file's right here. Dupree, Alexander, room 108-A. All the files are missing. It is as if they had been torn out. Only a little piece of paper remains, with an address written on it. Paul Street, 26. Could that be where Alexander lived before he was committed to the hospital? Paul Street? I should follow this new lead and see if it takes me somewhere useful. Okay, I didn't get to unlock the box, though. Okay, yeah. I'm not ready to leave yet. A metal locker, a small sign reads seized objects. This is where that dude's drawings are. Some personal effects probably sent in by the patients' families, but deemed unsafe by the caretakers. One of them is a stack of thick sheets of paper, carelessly bound together, bearing the drawings and paintings of a troubled mind. Yes, we know what to do with those. Okay. Let's go outside and go give these drawings back to the painter, and then go to the new place. I have something for you, dude. Here are your drawings. Great wonder, they're back. Someday they will understand light and shape as I understand them. Thank you, friend. If you want, take these cardboard sheets. Thanks to you, I have no more need of them. You mean these? A few cardboard sheets lie on the bench. Each show a perfectly symmetric design in black ink. Well, give them to me. Okay. Let's get out of here. Okay, well... Wait, can I go back there? Maybe it's too dark. The ruins of an old chapel, apparently destroyed by fire. But I hear something to my left. Looks like an altar. An improvised altar covered in candles. With this candle, I can light my way through the dark. Okay. I think we can get out of here. A mess of wooden planks and the remains of benches and chairs. Okay, well, let's get out of here. The windows are so thoroughly cemented over that it almost mixes with the facade. What are these places? Number 26. This is the place I was looking for, but the door's bricked up. I must find another way to get in. The door is number 24. I'm looking for number 26. Hold on. I'm supposed to be able to find a hole somewhere. And that's as far left as I can go. So, is there... Wait, what's this? There's someone on their knees praying. Their face is covered by a hood. Okay, but there's no... Okay. The only other place I can go is the stairs. Nope, that's leaving. Okay, go back. I don't see any other holes to go into. Because that's a wall. Oh, I had to scare the bird. Okay. Looks like this hole leads to the building next door. Oh, shit. I didn't read that. Military medal. There's a relief of Her Majesty the Queen and several pieces of metal engraved with the names of battles unknown to me. I'll take it. I'll take this with me. Maybe it will mean something to one of Alexander's fellow patients in the hospital. Okay. There's a piece of paper on the table. Paper shows some seemingly random letters. It seems as if half of it's missing. Okay. A few books remain in the shelf, mostly doubtful treatises in chemistry and alchemy. Among the titles of those really bad names. I can't read that. Okay. I'll mispronounce it like crazy. A large metal safe. Looks like the safe is working fine. I should give it a try. Okay. Nope. It is empty. Wait, this is not a safe, but an entrance to a passage. It is completely dark. The only way to know where it leads is by crawling in. Let's go. Oh, I hear noise. What is happening? Strange machine built out of wood, steel, and glass. I wonder what its function could be. There's something. There's someone sitting here wearing a horrible mask and a yellow robe. He is not moving. It is only a yellow robe. There's no body inside at all. What can be the meaning of this? What's happening? Hello? I'm gonna go now. Bye. Where's the hole? Shit. Let me out. Bye, I'm leaving. Whew, okay. Okay, back to where we were, back to the asylum. Okay, gotta go back to the mirror room. Is that in here? No, this is the archive room. This is the mirror room. Yes. Well, you're not in your restraints anymore. A man is sitting in the corner looking in my direction with a cold, unemotional gaze. Okay. Bye. Oh, you. A man wearing a worn-out military uniform, lost in God knows what thoughts. I have this. It would be impolite to show him the medal right away without introducing myself properly. Excuse me, sir. I could not help but notice your uniform. Were you in the army? Leave me alone. You don't want to talk to a coward such as myself. This medal, I had one just like this. Got it after the battles of Laing's Neck and Majuba Hill in 1881. A decade ago now. For distinguished conduct in the field. It said, what a farce. So were you in the army as I thought? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Wakefield. Sergeant William Congill, Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry. Are you another one of those alienists? Do you doctors not realize that cowardice cannot be cured by your arts? Why are they keeping you here? Doctors say I suffer from a nervous disorder. I believe this is a term for when they themselves, with all their learning, do not know what to say. But I know the true name of my sickness. It is pure cowardice. I'm looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him. His name is Alexander Dupree. Yes, I did know a man by that name. We met briefly. He was here when I arrived. What do you know about him? He was a proper lad, educated. He listened closely to the stories of the other inmates, but he kept his own to himself. We talked a lot. He was very close to Miss Coney, too. I think they got here at the same time, but when he left, he did so alone. I wonder what has become of him since. Who is this Miss Coney? She is a patient here, the lady with a tempestuous character. You may have encountered her already. She has not been the same since Mr. Dupree left. You know, she always sits to the side alone and silent. I doubt you could talk to her at all, even if you tried. She sees things, or at least she thinks she does. What did you talk about, you and Mr. Dupree? We talked about my time in south of Africa. I don't like to talk about that, but he somehow made me want to. He was persuasive. He was very interested in one specific story, almost obsessed about it. He wanted to know every little detail. Could you tell me what that story? I'm trying to find a patient of mine who has gone missing, and this could be my only hope of finding him. I don't like to relive those memories. A missing patient, you say? Aye, all right. Maybe my story will be some use then. It happened during the Battle of Majuba Hill. I am sure you have heard of it, in March of 81. The attack of the Boer army had taken us by surprise, and our regiment was forced to split up. We quickly found ourselves alone, just a few men lost on the barren plain. But I don't want to bore you. No, sir, you certainly aren't. Please continue. As I said, we were few, and we were sure the enemy was lurking out there. In the cold air of dusk, a thick fog formed quickly, masking everything around us. We could barely see each other. Others started to disappear in the fog. Still hear their footsteps for a while, then nothing. I called their names. I can't read it fast enough. Only Captain Skid was missing. Well, hopefully that'll change. Then the mist cleared out. What had happened? I never knew for certain. I didn't see anything, or as if I did, my mind refused to bear such memories. What happened to Captain Skid? When he finally regained consciousness, it was like someone else looked out to us through his eyes. I guess whatever happened affected him, changed him. I know he came back to London. Mr. Dupree asked me of his whereabouts. Maybe he tried to contact him, to hear the rest of the story. He was quite preoccupied by it. Do you know where I can find Captain Skid? The last I heard from fellow veterans, he had lost himself to a frenzy of alcohol, opium, and bad company. His downward spiral led him, as many others, to a wretched nadir, a dirty hole, deep in St. Giles' Rookery, known as the Crimson Nest. Mayhap you will find him there, alive, even, if you are lucky. Here's the picture of our regiment. You can see him there. Okay. Well, we gotta go back to the asylum. Is it this way? Yeah. No, we are in the asylum. I need to go back in that room. This room way over here. Okay, nothing's changed. Okay. Where is Miss... Is it her? I think I need to give this to her. Whoa, dude. Wow. Okay. Well, let's go. Hurry up and lay down, Spaz, so I can see. Yeah, now there's something new in here. A man is striking the glass strongly with his fist. His expression is of pure hate. I don't think he can see me, but I feel that somehow he knows I'm here. Okay. Father, who chopped off her head after she refused to marry him? Because I showed her a mask of a playwright. That poor woman. They must have taken her to isolation ward. Alright. Can we go to that new place now? Down here? This is the slum of St. Giles. Crimson Nest shouldn't be far. This man, he looks like the man from my nightmares. He is blind in one eye. The empty socket glistens in the lamplight. He seems to want something from me. In my dream, the man had said, "Give me back what he took." Would it be this? He looks to the mask for a second, only to stare at me again. "Give me back what he took," he said, in my nightmare. How about this? He doesn't look like anyone in this picture. Okay, how about this? Nope. Nope. I can't do anything, so guess we don't come here yet. What was this place? Oh wait. This was... Maybe this is where I'm supposed to go. Hello, my name is Wakefield. The butterfly is not what it seems. Excuse me? But what butterfly? There's more after the scarab. Okay. Can I do anything in here? It looks like a fly, but it's not. Not much light manages to reach this room. Is this the butterfly you talked about? Displays its wonderful colors, fills your eyes with awe. This is only a show. Behind the veil, its body crawls on the dirty ground, hides in the darkness, and transforms. Another of its lies. So what would this be? Its dark body creaks and rustles with its blind movements. Slowly, step by step, it gets closer and closer and closer and closer. What about this one? It will come, whatever you do. It will cry out loud, looking at you from everywhere at the same time. What about this one? Him. His mask, my mate from the other room, used to scream at night, always told us he could feel something under his bed, a presence, an eyeless gaze. Okay. Are we done here? I think we're done here. An old pendant on the dresser. It looks valuable. Well, still it. Okay. Anything else? Guess we're done here. I don't know. Could this be the room of the patient's mate, who was afraid of presence under his bed? Ew. The door is bricked up. Why would they do such a thing? There's something written on the wall. One of them came last night. I knew what it actually was because of the sign it carried. The sign of the eye. I killed it and hid it. Well, if more come, they will not find their friend nor its eye. Is that all it is? Okay. I doubt anyone has slept in this place in a long time. The window's sealed too. Almost no light can reach the room. Okay. Seems one of the tiles is loose. Cannot get it out with my bare hands. It's too heavy. Well, use this. There's something there, half buried in the soil under the tile. It is long dead bird, just feathers and bones. But it's holding something. Yep. An eye. A dirty and horribly deformed glass eye. Okay. Done in here. We'll go back the other way. And then go back in here. Nope, not in here. I keep getting that confused. In here. And then way over here. There's a big crack on the glass. Okay. I guess we are done here then. Whoever was in there is gone. I live in the asylum now. Yeah, must have been extremely strong all of a sudden. Now we go here. I have what he wants now. I was like, where'd I go? This must be the Crimson Nest. I've heard of such places where people lose their minds to opium shipped from the Orient. I never thought I would set foot in a place like this. Okay, go. What's the matter, madam? My husband. He is unconscious. Please, dear, wake up. I'm a doctor. Please let me see him. I'm so sorry. He's not breathing, and he has no pulse. Your husband passed away hours ago. No, it can't be. Madam, I'm late. This time, I couldn't save him. What do you mean, this time? I discovered my husband's addiction to this hellish drug they call opium months ago. At first I thought he was sick, as I saw him grow thinner every day, and I discovered he was visiting this place. I was very worried. I tried to dissuade him, but he wouldn't listen. The addiction was stronger than he was. At times he was away for days. I would come here and find him passed out. The only way I could wake him was to put these smelling salts under his nose. Now it's too late. Here, take the vial. Maybe you will be in time to save another soul from this curse. Thanks, lady. Okay.